What is going on, football fans? It's your boy Lolo. I'm back under the stoop with Mr. Mark on a
What's
special
going on, everybody?
Thursday night, late night stoop session. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well. I was totally digging that special late night Thursday edition intro.
Yeah,
You said it was going to be short, and wow.
It was very, very short. Absolutely short. But it is what it is, man.
That's it.
But
I'm just
but
glad
listen,
to be here with you.
yeah, man. Work is coming back in NYC, so
That's fantastic.
we're gonna have to be playing a lot of these things by ear as things move forward, and sometimes we're gonna have to do stuff like this. But I tell you what, Mark, I got a little surprise for you. You may not even know about this.
Uh-oh.
You thought it was just gonna be me and you sitting here talking Premier League weekend watch list.
Oh, who do we got? Who do we got?
Najee goes to bed at 11. Najee goes to bed at 11. So he was like, no, I'm already in the bathtub. But guess what? I pulled Najee out of the bathtub. Here he is. Here he is.
A little Epsom salt soak.
How you doing, Najee? Good to see you, man. Glad you stayed up.
Yeah,
glad you stayed up, man. Yeah, so hey, Darren Wong is with us. Good to see you, Darren. Depressing. We need a win, man. I'm assuming you mean Leeds United, but you could also be talking about some other teams. But listen, you guys know how we do this. This is the weekend watch list. So let's pop those rules up there. The weekend watch list, we each pick a match that coming up this weekend that we think is an important match for some reason. It's either entertaining, there's some rivalries, there's some whatever. But whatever we do, we cannot pick our own club. So we get 3 choices, and then the audience gets a choice. And we put out a poll on the YouTube channel and in the community sections, and things have been voted on. And we're going to actually start off with the audience choice, guys, but we have an audience fan favorite here to actually deliver the audience's choice here. Najee, you thought you were the special guest, but nah, man, you're what are they, Mark? What is it called? Chopped liver? Your chopped liver or something? What do we say?
Your chopped liver, man.
Your chopped liver, Najee. Because
chopped liver is delicious.
As we know, the audience, the fans tend to choose Leeds United. So you know what? We called the other city that never sleeps except during the daytime when they have naps from drinking too much. And we woke up the sleeping Leeds beast, who is Mr. James Reeves. Get in here, James. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
So good to see you, and so glad that it's not Najee talking about Leeds United this week.
I know.
Good to see you, Mr. Tom.
Right. That's not right, man. Come on.
Good to see you, Mr. Tom. Glad you're awake.
No one can do Leeds like I do Leeds.
Nobody. Period.
No.
Period. I think Bielsa said that.
Yes. If he hasn't said it yet, he should say it soon.
Did you see the press conference where he said that he signed Dan James just so everyone could buy James Leeds jerseys? The only reason. He doesn't plan on playing him, not once. Well, James, listen, you guys go over to Newcastle this week. Friday, you're the first one. You're the first match. So
great town for an away match, by the way. Of all the away match venues I've been to, St. James Park and Newcastle, one of my favorites. Great drinking town, great pubs. The fans are actually decent and they're fun. It's cool. It's a cool place.
Awesome. Now, cool. Newcastle is up north, right? It's further north than
northeast. Yeah. Northeast.
So, is there any sort of rivalry there between Newcastle Leeds?
Not really. I mean, we have our rivalry is more with the Yorkshire clubs. I mean, Middlesbrough, which is kind of like northeast Yorkshire. Hull. Those are in that area. General, and I don't recall ever having with Newcastle, but I could be wrong. Some people who know the history better than I might have other ideas.
Yeah. The Tune says BX Gunner, good to see you, man. Conche as well. Look, these are all the American fans that we have.
Nice.
Even if they're not American, they're at least here. I was hoping maybe Bob Retrovol could even call in today.
Oh, I know. He's like done with work. He's locking up the shop right now.
Well, probably not, man. I don't know. He's killing it in California. But let's see. Mr. Tom says the Premier League will regret it come Saturday. They put the main event on first. Well, listen, Newcastle seems to be like the team that teams are gonna beat up on. Even though I believe Newcastle will be known at the end of the season as the best team with the worst record, because they actually play some very fun, exciting football. Alan Saint-Maximin is fantastic. They're not going to keep him very long, unfortunately. But Joe Willock is in there. You've always got what's the bald dude? John Joe Shelby. Fun. It's a fun, exciting team. They just give up a ton of goals. So, James, is this the day that Rafinha and Bamford break out and everyone can keep them on their fantasy team?
Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think they play Newcastle plays into our hands much more so than other teams have this year. Like you said, their style of play is more conducive to us running up and down the pitch and playing the style that we want to play, like a more fluid style, because I think that's kind of what's been missing, right, this year is the lack of cohesion and fluidity, our attack especially. There are a lot, say the reasons why there, but that's that's to me at least that's been obvious, and I think new match for us that's time. It's a very crucial at this point. I never thought I'd say it early in the season, but I think it kind of is, and it reeks of like a 6-pointer to me. I mean, I want to see us put the next couple of months, our schedule, the fixtures are very manageable for us. So I see put some distance between, us maybe, getting into mid-table, maybe a little higher, and putting some distance between us and the bottom feeders. Because, come, the new year, I don't want to be in a situation where, I'm regretting having lost to teams like Newcastle, for instance. So I think it's going to be a match very similar to last year at their place. A match that was pretty much up and down the pitch. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a 4-2, 3-2, 3-1, maybe 4-1 to match. But there could be 4 or 5 goals scored at least.
Wow. Okay. Najee, we got to come to you. You're awfully quiet. I see you're tired after probably a 14-hour day of work, putting the kids to bed, and now you got to talk to us. Are you intimidated to talk to this guy about his club, or you're just ready to double down and tell him how Newcastle's going to win this match?
Guys, it's September 16th. Both teams played 4 games, yet this is a must-win for any of these teams. Make no mistake about it. Leeds United needs 3 points. Newcastle needs 3 points. Steve Bruce can't catch a break. He is on the hot seat before they even started already. I mean, the pressure from the Magpie fans is huge. Yet, I haven't seen the Leeds United of last year. They're still struggling. They're still trying to find their feet right now. Yeah. So it's a must-win. James can tell you that right now.
Yeah. I think he already did. He already did.
like I said, Najee, you can ascribe our situation to several factors. I think I won't go into all of them. One of them, of course, is as you all know, I have very bad feelings about the whole Rodrigo-Bamford partnership. It's just not working to me. And Rodrigo doesn't track back up until our midfield that takes SP out of the match. Dallas is sick and tired, I think, of running around covering for Rodrigo. So it's a huge issue. I think there's some lineup changes that have to be made. I mean, obviously, we're going to be without Stroik for 3 matches, which is ridiculous. And then, so that means, I don't know, Ailing moves to CV because of injuries to Llorente and Koch. So, and then maybe Shackleton moves to right back, and how this is all going to work. So our back four, what I'm saying is our back four is questionable for this one. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just want to say hi to some of these new faces that have popped in here. Michael DiCaprio says very nervous. No defense need to step up and show that we belong in the Premier League. Bobby Two Scoops, good to see you, man. What we're missing this year is any sort of form. Darren Wong says just double up on Alan St. Maximin and Mark Almiron out, and we will be fine. And going to Bondi Fornoski, good to see you. Bondi just sent in a picture. He got the new hat, which is fantastic. But he says Alan St. Maximin. No, that's not the one I wanted to say. Alan St. Maximin, and if they used Dwight Gale. Where was your other quote that goes with that? I am terrified of our fixture.
Does Dwight Gale still play for them?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Conche, good to see you out in Jersey. Almiron played well against Scumchester. Almiron played very, very well because I think
Almiron's a good player.
Mark, you were talking about him being out because of the whole international
but it looks,
and you were saying how important he is to Newcastle.
I think he's very important to Newcastle, but it's sounding like that everyone else that had to quarantine through Croatia might be coming back and might be able to play.
Yeah,
so Almiron would definitely be able to play. You know, if I'm looking at concerns for Newcastle, not having Callum Wilson available is probably really going to hurt. And then I read today that John Joe Shelby is actually not going to be able to play. He's out due to some sort of a knock.
Bobby Two Stoop says Dwight Gale got into some fisticuffs in training yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And BX says I rep that Stoop crew hat proper 100%. Lolo knows, and I do know. If you don't follow BX on Instagram, you should. Lots of photos of him smoking a blunt with the Stoop crew hat right there, or his old school Arsenal kit. Matching red.
Nice.
So it's good. But so guys, let's talk predictions here. So Mark, you haven't gotten to talk much, so I'm going to start with you. What is your prediction for this match?
And I agree with James. I think there's gonna be some goals, as both teams aren't really playing the greatest of defense, and I think more it's due to form for Newcastle and due to injury, because with Leeds losing Llorente that's a big deal, and
Llorente and Strike at the same time.
And I mean losing Strike to a red card, that's super unfortunate, but you can at least foresee when Strike is going to be coming back. You just don't know with Llorente. I've read conflicting reports saying that the injury could linger until November, December. There's others saying that it's not as bad as they thought. It sounds like anything that Llorente is saying is that it could be a little bit longer. So that's really unfortunate. So that's gonna force Leeds to have to score if they're gonna win this game. And I think that if there's a team they're gonna be able to do it against, it could be against Newcastle. So I think we're gonna look at I don't think maybe there won't be a lot of goals. I think Leeds scores 2, and I think Newcastle kind of screws up that clean sheet for Meslier. I think 2-1. That's what I think I'd put it at.
Hey,
there he is.
Okay, 2-1. All right, Naji, come on, ruin everybody's evening.
There are gonna be 5 goals in this game. That's a trap game. They're playing at St. James Park. It's going to be a tough game. 3-2 Newcastle.
3-2 Newcastle. Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
James, are you ready to give your pick, or would you like me to go first?
Go first.
You got a red card for that. I guess the director, the referee is a Leeds fan.
I don't know. I need to simmer down a little bit after Naji's pick.
Oh, and I heard Darren Wong says, Naji, go to sleep.
Yes. Naji, get back in your boat, man. Come on. And throw an iron in there or something while you're in there.
Didn't I see the referee actually for the match was a bad do you remember who's reffing this match?
Is it Dean?
Oh God, I hope
I'm
not.
not sure if it's Mike Dean.
I think it is.
But it was somebody not
Mike
somebody
Oliver,
that you wouldn't like. Maybe Michael Oliver, maybe John Oliver,
John Moss.
maybe John Moss. We'll see.
John
But anyway,
Oliver's a vintage fan. So.
it's Mike Dean. There you go, Bobby. I knew it was somebody that I was like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, John Oliver's from Liverpool. It's a vintage dude.
Yeah.
It is Mike Dean, yeah.
That's Mike Dean.
So I think it's going to be a chippy match. I think there's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving, and you've seen Bamford's frustration start to pop out of not getting all the service that he wants, not just, you've seen him the way he was with not Tyrone Mings, but Yerry Mina. Was that who was
Yerry
that?
Mina?
Yerry Mina.
Yeah.
That
and
he was
with Ashley Barnes and
with
Chris
Ashley
Wood.
Barnes. So you can see that both of these teams are going to come into this match thinking, here we go. Here's the 3 points that we need to kick us off. And I think it's going to be a tough match. And I agree with Naji on 3-2, but I think Leeds United in the end is the better team and should be able to find that, should be able to find the win. But I think it's going to be close and it's going to be scary. One of those squeaky bum time type of things where like it may be 1-1 for most of the game and end up 3-2 in the last 10 minutes, sort of a thing. So I think it'll be fun, and I kind of agree with Mr. Tom. It could ruin some of the weekend because so much fun is there to be had on a Friday night, except for a lot of our other weekend watch lists, because this week actually has some really fun fixtures in it. Last week was kind of crap.
Yeah.
This week has some really fun fixtures. But James, so I said 3-2 Leeds. Mark said 2-1 Leeds. And the devil over here, the devil on Mark's on James's shoulder, said 3-2 Newcastle. So James, all on you.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. There's a lot of frustration at Leeds right now. I mean, I think you saw that too last week with Rodrigo. I think that there's a disconnect there that has kind of surfaced this year that wasn't there last year. I think fans were heartened by how we ended the season last year. We had that magnificent run that was only spoiled by the loss at Brighton. And people were seeing us as, okay, we're making a move this year. We're going to be playing European football, next season. And, I think right now, again, I'm not panicking because I've resigned myself to the fact that it's another one of those situations where, look, if we stay up, that's a victory for us. Yeah. That being said, there's a lot of incentive on Newcastle's part to beat us. We beat them twice last year. I think, they definitely want to show that they can compete with us. But I don't think they'll be able to. I think that we're going to give up goals. I think we're going to give up 2, like you said. And I think we're going to score 4.
All right.
So 4-2 Leeds.
4-2 Leeds.
So I think our offense comes to life and we put the ball in the net.
Nice. That'll be a fun match to watch if that comes.
Yeah.
That will be absolutely fun. So let's get to some of the crowds predictions. Oh wow, it's been a long day for me. I haven't had a single beer or anything right now, and my brain's like I couldn't come up with the word predictions. So this is going to be a fun rest of the show. Michael DiCaprio says Bamford and James 2-1. MOT Bandy says, what was that one, John? Sorry, I missed it. I'm going to let you lead that. There you go. Bandy says, I hope we win 7-49. Still on that 49ers kick. BX says 3-2 Leeds. Look, another gunner down there saying 3-2 Leeds. And we always get things right. So Mr. Tom, who is a bookie, I think, or works for a bookie, says one certainty over 2.5 goals.
He collects
is that the
money
over
for
under?
the bookies.
That's very low.
Legs.
Is that the over under? That's the over under.
I would so take the over.
Somebody put some bets down for us.
Get your
please.
401k on that one.
Jesus, 2.5 for two of the like leakiest defenses in the world right now.
And especially with we have a makeshift back four right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be ailing back there with Cooper.
Yeah. And like, come on, Newcastle gave Man United a game and scored goal. Now their defense isn't as good as they like to think. But anyway, okay, guys, that was the fans' choice. That was Newcastle, Leeds United. James, if you got to go, you got to go.
I got to go.
All right.
It's been great, though. It's been great. Thanks for having me.
Glad everything's safe for
talking to
you.
you, man.
Leeds. Yeah, well, I'll be, think of me tomorrow. I'll be a nervous wreck sitting in front of the television, but I'll be drinking a lot of beer. So,
all right. We'll be thinking about we'll see you on happy hour then. Hopefully it's a happy hour. All right.
Yes. All right.
Hopefully it's a happy hour.
All right. Hopefully it's a happy hour.
It'll be a very sad hour. All right. See y'all later.
Good night, James. All right. Okay, guys. So that was our first one. So Naji, before you fall asleep, man, I'd like to get your prediction for not your prediction. I'd like to get your pick. So which match do you think is most important to watch?
I'm going with Man United and West Ham. Actually, it's West Ham Man United, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Ham and don't forget it's West Ham United.
It's the first half of the home to home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then in the Carabao Cup they play each other.
Yeah. So this match is very interesting for multiple reasons. But Naji, this is your match, so you tell me about it before I tell you.
This is a very important game for United. Make no mistake about it. And it's we need to see how Ole approaches this game, and it will have a lot of implication on his future as well. Like if he doesn't get a result in this game, he's gonna get on the hot seat again. United were not playing well. Did not play well against Newcastle, although they won 4-1. That's number one. Number two, they didn't show up against Young Boys. They were poor. They didn't win the 50-50 balls. They were slow. Looks like they were not motivated. They lost a man and still played really bad. They conceded in the last minute. That's a mistake by Lingard. But, they have no excuses. United have no excuses. They have a great team. They added Ronaldo. They got Sancho. They have Varane. So I don't want to hear any more excuses. They need to fight for the title and they need to start winning games.
Absolutely, Naji, for all those reasons as well. But yes, the way Manchester United has been playing, look, Ollie was given everything in the world. So you are absolutely right. And we said this earlier, like as soon as Ronaldo signed and Lukaku signed as well, was like if Lukaku, if Chelsea or Man United don't win the league, both of those managers could be fired.
Yeah.
Tuchel shouldn't.
Yeah.
But you know how Chelsea is. But Ollie 100% should, because he's been given everything in the world.
I mean, until when? Until when?
Exactly. How long does he have? How long are they going to wait, especially in a season where Chelsea are so good, City are so good, Liverpool are looking very good. You can't drop points. You can't drop points. And you're right, a 4-1 win against Newcastle, over that scoreline belies the match, because Newcastle were in it. They were in it.
Yeah.
In it. And they just, maybe if they had Callum Wilson in there, somebody else in attack, because Man United make mistakes. So right now, West Ham United, who's playing very good football, struggled against Southampton. And just like Bondi says here, Mikel Antonio is out, suspended with that stupid red card that he had.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this, and Man United versus West Ham with Antonio. Antonio and Harry Maguire would be all game.
Right.
Mikel Antonio has a problem with staying healthy. A match like this early in the season, can be one of those where you get into it with Harry Maguire and you push yourself and you pull a hamstring, or you get knocked over and you break a pinky toe or something like that. So it may be for the best.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Slap. So maybe it will be
Maguire.
And with them seeing each other, what, 3 days later?
Yeah.
It's like 3 days later they play in the cup. So it's crazy to me. So sorry, Mr. Tom made a point here. Man United didn't strengthen the area they actually needed to. They still play with Fred and McTominay. Absolutely. And so if you look at the weaknesses of Man United versus what are the weaknesses of West Ham right now, Mikel Antonio is out. Well, that almost plays into West Ham's favor, because now they get to use all the runners, the Fornals, the Bowen, Benrahma, even Vlasic.
The new guy.
The new guy.
Vlasic.
Send them.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem with Manchester
They got Lanzini
United.
on the bench too.
Manchester United, they get tired, and their defense, they don't have a really good defensive midfield. That's why freaking Pogba gets sent back there to be their defensive midfield. Like, no.
Yeah.
Mark, sorry, you talk.
Hey, it's okay. You know, we talk about Ollie and like where how hot that seat is. You know, if he doesn't win the league, he could be out. If he doesn't have a strong showing in the league, he could be out. I think it will hinge on Champions League. You know, they drop points to young boy. What do you think? Now it's a big if, but what do you think that Ronaldo left Juventus to come here, knowing he's going to be playing in Europe, and he gets knocked out in group stage?
Yeah.
What is his attitude going to be? He's like, why the fuck am I here?
Well,
so
that's what people are saying.
Be very, very careful, because if he pisses off Ronaldo, the upstairs is going to go, well, shit.
Guys,
who can we get on the phone?
Yeah,
but
you think the baby-faced assassin matters more than fucking CR7?
You know, I think that everyone on that squad is pissed, and they're going to take it out on West Ham. On the other side of the coin, West Ham has to be really, really careful with who they present and how they handle their lineups starting on Saturday. Or is it a Sunday game? It's a Sunday game.
Right there.
I see it right in front of me. It's a Sunday game.
That's why I put him there, because I can't
I tell you, I need new glasses. It's a Sunday game.
Oh, no, John. What happened to Mark?
But they have to be careful, because they have like 5 or 6 matches in the next 3 weeks. Or less than 3 weeks. So they have to be careful.
Starting today. It started today.
Yeah,
they had a match today. And
so they had a match
played
today. They got a match on Sunday. They got a match on Tuesday. They got a match on Thursday. You know, and they have to be careful where their strengths are going to go so that they make it through that stretch.
Yeah.
You know,
what's going on, Christian Balbuca? Good to hear from you. He says West Ham still need a striker.
Without Antonio, I think they're gonna struggle, and I really think that Man United is gonna take out some frustrations on West Ham.
Couple things.
Go ahead, Najee.
In the weekend watch list last week, I was like, Man United at home, Ronaldo's back, 2-0 first 15 minutes. Nothing happened. Why? Because they go into games not motivated. Like Ole is not maybe burning something underneath them, you know? Like, go, play, let's go, let's get the goals, you know? That's what I think. And he is tactically inept. Guys, do you know that the winning percentage of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United since the end of 2018 is 53.7%.
That's almost as good as you.
Haven't they not lost an away game in forever?
They're winning.
They haven't lost an away game in
winning,
like 20.
winning percentage. Yeah, that's a little different.
53.7 at Man United since the end of 2018, December 2018, when they sacked Mourinho. This is crazy.
Wow.
This guy had 30% winning percentage when he managed Cardiff City.
Let me ask you this. So we've been talking a lot of smack about Ollie and the failings of Manchester United. Michael DiCaprio says here, Moyes will be well up for this. West Ham, very strong at home. Last season, when West Ham were on a tear, they then played, I believe it was Man United or Man City. They played a big club, and they looked like a bunch of scared children. I remember us talking about it, going like, what the fuck was that? Like, Moyes went in playing for just a draw, just anything, and they looked so different from the West Ham that we had been seeing. Do you guys remember that at all? Because that's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned that West Ham are going into teams and beating up on some teams and putting up 3 goals a match, except for Southampton. But then they go into these types of matches and they're thinking damage control, damage limitations. Do you think David Moyes has learned anything? And do you think, it's a home game, London Stadium? West Ham have been very good, with that at home. Sorry, let's see. My bubble machine is out of bubbles. I was going to blow some bubbles, but
I thought you were doing a laser print or something. I was like, hold on, let me get that printed for you.
That just reminded me I had wanted to make sure that was full and blow bubbles. We'll see. We'll see on Monday's show if they win. We'll blow some bubbles for them on the stoop. But
Fantastic.
But what do you guys think about that? Do you think David Moyes has learned his lesson and he's going to go at them and play his own style? Or is he going to be a little scared like he was last year? Is the whole focus, how do we contain Ronaldo? Or is it, fuck their offense, let's just run at their shitty defense? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I think that David Moyes is going to have a tough time. They played Man United last year 3 times. They played in December. They lost 3-1, and then they had a couple of 1-1 or 1-0 results. One being the FA Cup, but I just don't. I don't see West Ham beating Man United. I just don't. I don't think there's even a lesson to be learned.
Well, Mark, give us your prediction then.
I think that they are a significantly better team. And I think I'm going to stand by what I said about how that Man United is going to take out their frustrations from the young boys game out on poor West Ham. 3-0. 3-0.
Wow. 3-0 Man United.
Yeah, 3-0 Man United.
Wow.
And not having Antonio will show itself when they play in the FA Cup or in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday.
Naji,
I need to see what the bookie are saying.
Naji, I'll go next because this is yours, so you can go last. 3-0. Wow.
Yep.
I am not saying 3-0. I think this is going to be a tough match. I think this is actually going to be the most fun match to watch, unless Newcastle Leeds ends up like 5-4, or even like 7-0, one of the team, like that'll be a lot of fun. But I think this one is going to be a cracker, and it's going to end 2-2. I think it's going to end in a draw. And I think West Ham will take that as a win, and Man United will take that as a loss. And they both should, because it is a loss. Right now, every match that Manchester United do not win is a loss. So what's he saying now? Moyes has proven a lot of people wrong during his time at West Ham. He definitely has a better player-manager relationship. Absolutely. he will have those players ready for Sunday. Absolutely.
We kept doubting Moyes last year.
Yeah,
week
all
after
year.
week.
Yeah,
We're like,
no,
nope,
all year.
they're not going to win this game.
And we had him fired by Christmas or by Halloween.
Yeah, and then don't forget, he got fired by United, so he still, wanna win over them, show them that he was the chosen one. When Sir Alex, told him, you're gonna be the next manager. But I think they're playing at London Stadium. The fans are gonna be back. They're gonna push them. Without Antonio, I think they might play better. It doesn't mean that Antonio is their best striker. He's not playing. They're gonna lose or whatever. So
no, I'm not taking that into account. But a lot of the offense is run through Antonio.
And don't forget, they just signed Kurt Zuma from Chelsea. He's gonna be forming the back line with Ogbonna or Dawson. I don't know. He should be in the lineup. He might score with the header. 1-1.
1-1. Okay, we both have draws there. Let's see what the Stoop crew is saying. BX says 3-0. Man, 3-0 United, BX says. So I'm going to take that as West Ham United because you put it in the order of 3-0. So the United you're talking about is West Ham United. I will take that. He says Ronaldo hat trick of own goals, I'm assuming. 3-0 to West Ham. Christian Balbuga says Man United will still win 3-2. Who else do we have? Bandy says West Ham 2, Red Manchester 6. Wow, 6. I don't know about that. Michael DiCaprio, 1-0 Hammers will make my weekend when the Scum lose.
Hopefully.
Well, that would be fantastic. Ronaldo hat trick incoming. See, I still don't even know if I should buy him on fantasy this week.
Dude, he's going to come out and will a destructive evening.
He's 36-year-old. He's tired. He played midweek.
He didn't. He played
you
60
and
minutes.
I are more tired than Ronaldo after he plays a match. You and I, when we are like midday at our best, are more tired than Ronaldo after a match that goes into extra time and penalties. Like he
Ronaldo
goes out and
had
runs
something to say
afterwards.
when he got taken off the pitch in that game. He wasn't too happy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's like, no, you don't take Ronaldo out.
No,
you don't take him out in midweek. You don't take him out in the weekend. This is already,
So you take him out and Fernandes, you take out Fernandes too?
And then they lose.
So what is the creativity there? Like you lost everything there.
Man. But I don't give a shit. I listen, not that I actively root for other teams to do shitty, except for Tottenham.
Yeah.
But listen, you've just bought everybody you can imagine except the right positions. So fuck off. And then you went and got Ronaldo on top of it.
Lolo.
Fuck off. That's what I had said.
They think that Fred and McTominay
that's what I think.
do the job. They have Van der Beek also.
And somebody mentioned that
doesn't
Fred has
even
actually
know where
been
the pitch is. They've
well.
got him hidden away so far.
Fred has actually not been terrible. Fred, he's been better, but he's still not the answer.
He can't give a pass, Fred. He can't pass the ball properly.
All right. Well, guys, we got to move on. We're at like 40 minutes already. We still have 2 more matches to go through. So that's what we got there. Ollie doesn't have a Scooby-Doo, which do you know what that means?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clue. It's old school rhyming stuff. I know that from Lawler, who says all that stuff. Oh, you having a Scooby-Doo. We were on the back foot since AWB got a red. Second half, we didn't create nothing.
Yeah.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Oh, you are a United fan, Christian. Wow. Okay. My big problem with Fred is that he can't pass and is inconsistent, which is really tough if you want to play football for a living.
I mean,
if you can't pass.
You want to compare him to Jorginho or Kante, or even Kovacic.
Listen, I don't care who you put on your team, Naji. Kante is your number 1 player.
Yeah,
Conte's
definitely.
your best player. I had a trivia question that was like Chelsea's best player, blah 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 blah, and nobody can fucking get it. Who else?
I'm sorry, but I told my son, hey, Man United lost against Young Boys. He's like, is that a college team?
That's a hockey team, I think. It's a college hockey team. Okay, guys, moving on. Mark, let's go to your pick. What is it?
My pick, surprisingly, is going to be Arsenal against Burnley. Well, Burnley versus Arsenal. Yeah, you're hearing me right.
Wait,
you're hearing me right. Again? I said my
You're
pick.
Picking my
it's
club.
Right there. It's right there. Right there.
This is
Burnley versus
match.
Arsenal.
This is such a
match. There's a couple of reasons why I want to watch this. One is, on the serious
bad
note,
for me, isn't it?
No, not at all. I really want to see this game because I want to see the fierce, physical, bruising Burnley versus the very athletic Arsenal. And I want to see how Arsenal is able to hang with that kind of just being pushed around, if they're able to stand up to it, or they lose their composure and someone gets a red card. Second reason why I want to watch this game is because Saka ain't there to fuck it up.
Shaka,
that's what I meant to say. Shaka.
I was like, what's wrong with Saka?
It's late.
So You're making me do this at Saka? We just got kind of healthy.
No, because Shaka ain't there to fuck it up. Last year,
nor David Luiz.
Last year in the first game, he got his red card. Yeah, lost 2-0. And then in the next one, you guys were up, and Shaka kicks the ball off of Chris Wood's back, and it goes right in the goal. Yeah. And Chris Wood is like,
I'll take it.
Hey, I scored.
Yeah,
hey.
I get $40,000 for every goal I make.
You know, and so I'm gonna be watching this one. I think it could be a lot of fun. And y'all need to do something against a much better squad than Norwich.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, Michael DiCaprio, thank you for joining us. He says, Michael, watching from Surrey, England, need to go to bed. That's fantastic, man. We're glad you like the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and join the Stoop crew. But we'll see you on the next one. Mr. Tom says, in the style of Leo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street, it's nearly 4 a.m. I should go to bed. I'm not fucking leaving. Listen, okay, Mark, I hear all of that. I'm going with Bondi right here, who says if the ref allows the brutality, Arsenal won't win this one. When are the refs going to give Burnley a red card? Because I don't know if you guys watched the Burnley match last week.
I watched
or the one
actually, quite a bit of Burnley
or
this
the
season.
One before.
I watched the bad teams early in the season when they may have a chance to do something. Then by Boxing Day, I just concentrated on the top half of the table. And that might even include my own club.
The red cards that I have seen being handed out this season are so inconsistent with what Burnley is allowed to get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Their match against Leeds United.
Their match against Everton was awesome.
Their match against Everton was
just going back and forth and taking one another out. It was so cool. It was like awesome to watch.
Sure. Then Shaka shouldn't be sent off. Then I'm not only sticking it with Shaka, but who else? Stroik shouldn't have been sent off. Who else? Somebody.
I mean, Stroik is a different. That's a different category. Shaka came in with 2 cleats up. He was going to get a red card, and it's more because of his reputation.
And that shouldn't fucking matter, is what I'm saying, Mark.
Because
you don't referee based on fucking reputation.
You
don't referee based on
if it's something that you expect. He's had in his entire time in the Premier League, he's gotten 16 red cards. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And what
the
I'm
amount
saying
of red
is
cards
it
he
shouldn't.
gets.
It shouldn't go. That means
it's something that the refs
bias.
are been told to hey, watch out for this guy.
It's a fucking
and they
bias.
do.
It's a bias. Meanwhile, there were multiple two-footed challenges that came in. Not to mention the two-footed challenge that Shaka went in with. He got the ball with the first foot, and it was only his trailing leg that happened to catch somebody. That happened to catch the guy who saw the ref coming up with his yellow card and went, "Oh, okay." And it turned into a red. And then as soon as the red came out, he hopped up and ran away. So it's like, fuck off. Anyway, what I'm saying is there could be a red card in this game, and it'll probably go to Arsenal, even though Burnley's going to knock the shit out of people. So, and this is the type of match where you kind of do want Shaka. Of course, we'll get the fucking red card. Either way, we don't have the physical bodies to deal with them in the box. So I hope Arteta has a plan for that.
Yeah, that's another thing too, man.
Do not put Partey in the box.
They live by the set pieces,
Yeah.
and you guys are going to have a hard time defending on those set pieces and corners.
Yeah. There you go. Bondi says, let's remember that on 72 minutes, Cooper put in the same challenge on Mane as Pascal did on Elliott, and the ref had nothing to say. Y'all already know my feelings on that. There was not even a whistle blown when the foul happened. There was nothing happened. The medical crew was on the pitch before a whistle was blown, which means they didn't see a foul. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get back to Burnley Arsenal. I think it's Naji. You tell me. I'm getting too mad about.
No, I think
because I know Burnley's gonna hurt one of my guys.
I think after 3 defeats, winning 1-0, I mean, Arsenal recorded a very moral-boosting win against Norwich. Doesn't matter the result. 3 points was the most important thing for them. I think this win will give the Gunners some confidence against Burnley in that game. They have Ben White, Gabriel now, Tierney. The midfield is stable. You got Saka, Odegaard, maybe Smith Rowe plays. Aubameyang, Ramsdale is going to be the goalkeeper. I'm telling you from now. Leno is going to be benched. So this is a very important game for Arsenal.
Very important.
Burnley have only 1 point out of 12 points so far. So 1 draw, 3 losses. I think I'm going to go with Arsenal in that game. Another 1-0 win.
Yeah, I can see something like that. As much as I would love to call this like a 3-0, 3-2 even, I think you're totally right. I think it's going to be back and forth. We're going to have chances. They're going to have chances. I think Ramsdale makes a couple stops of headers, and I'm going to go with 1-0 as well, Najee.
Yeah.
Arsenal. I think Aubameyang gets another one. And it may be
does it come off the post twice?
And off of somebody's leg and their butt and their face, and the keeper will throw it at his face and it'll bounce off and go in. I don't care, as long as we get one and they get none. And listen, if we can start, to me, that 1 is very important, but the 0 is very important. We need to keep clean sheets.
Exactly. You should see, when Chelsea win these games 1-0, 2-0, don't concede. I mean, you start getting confidence game after game. You're winning 3 points. That's what's important.
Yeah. And so I think 1-0, like I was telling Mark, I was fine with the 1-0 on Norwich.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you want like a demolishing, but Norwich played up. Norwich played very, very well.
Yeah.
And we kept them out. And so, and we know Pookie knows how to score. We know Cantwell knows how to score. We know even the little Chelsea dude is a
Billy
good player.
Gilmore.
Little Billy Gilmore. I just see him dancing in the street every time I hear his name because I think of Billy Elliott.
They got also,
anyway,
Mark,
it was your pick. So what do you say?
We're gonna see a 1-1 draw, and the Burnley goal will be by some horrendous fuck up by Arsenal. It's gonna be an own goal, or it's gonna be Shaka's gonna come out and
from this crowd.
From the crowd.
Ramsdale on goal.
He's gonna come in on a parachute and just gonna kick it.
Damn
the ghost
you.
of Xhaka. Yeah.
All right, let's see what the audience said. What did you guys say here? Christian says Arsenal will win 3-0. Burnley have had a hard time scoring this past year. They haven't met Arsenal yet. No, our defense is getting better. We have Gabriel back. We have Ben White back. Arsenal will recover and win 2-1. Wait, didn't you just say Arsenal will win 3-0? That was
I
the
have
same
Burnley
guy,
going
right?
down this year, so
Yeah, I think as much as I like Sean Dyche and I like watching Burnley when they're playing other teams, because they are kind of an old school bare knuckle brawl type team.
They're so fun to watch.
They're so bad though too. And Christian says Xhaka 1, Arsenal 0. Okay, let's go on to the last one of the night, guys, because we are almost at an hour. Our show is usually about 30 to 40 minutes, but this is what happens when we go live. Mr. Tom says, I'm going to do an over-under of 30 seconds on Aubameyang's legs meeting Tarkowski's studs. I'm going to say over, but not over by much. Maybe 5 minutes.
yeah.
But yeah, that's happening quick. Oh, and then the dude from Burnley who pointed at the bads, but it was the Umbro logo.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Anyway, let's get down to it.
I'm looking forward to someone from Burnley trying to knock over Tomiyasu and like bouncing off of him
and
going, wait a minute, you're supposed to fall down hurt. Because Tomiyasu is a big boy.
Yeah, he is.
Look, having him in the box, having Gabriel in the box, if Holding was healthy, having him in the box, but it's not, so it's going to be Ben White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu.
You don't want Holding, Chambers anymore, Pablo Mari, put them out.
No. If we don't have to, no.
Yeah, no doubt.
So anyway, let's go. Let's move on. So last week the match that I picked was Crystal Palace Tottenham, and it ended up being a great match, and nearly everything I said came true except Zaha didn't get on the score sheet, but he looked very, very good. He looked very, very dangerous. Yes, things that happened to Tottenham, whatever. Here is where it gets interesting. This is let me try to remember my point, because now I'm running low. Okay, so for the second week in a row, I'm gonna pick my nemesis because it worked so well last week. So I'm gonna keep on weekend watch list. Tottenham versus whoever the fuck they're playing. Chelsea. Oh man, I should have done some research. No, Tottenham, Chelsea. So here we go. This is we know how Thomas Tuchel likes to do things. He doesn't treat every single match the same. He switches things up. Mason Mount didn't play last match. He will play this match. That's how he does it. Mason Mount is a lot better suited for this match versus the previous match. Lukaku, the finisher that they needed. Yeah. They won this week in Champions League. Last season, that's a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Or a loss.
Yeah.
But Lukaku made his one attempt count. I don't know if he had more, but if he did, he didn't have many more than that. Last week, that is a draw last year. Mm-hmm. So this, I would call this a draw, possibly. But Tottenham have now been decimated in their back line. Tanganga didn't Tanganga get a Tanganga got a red card.
Tanganga's not playing.
Yeah, he won't play in this one. It was
Dyer's out. I don't know many of it. Son is probably out.
Son, it sounds like he will definitely be out for it, but if he could even the slightest go, they may ask him, because
I would say absolutely not if I was
Mora got hurt in today's game.
Oh shit, he did.
Yeah, and it looked pretty rough. The way he went down, it looked like there's going to be some knee injury, and he's going to be out a while. And then Bergwijn tried to go and got subbed out at like the 30th minute.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So look, it's a
So
weakened Tottenham side.
They're a shambles right now.
It's a weakened Tottenham side versus a Chelsea team that has little to no holes in it. I would say what's odd is for so many good, talented, creative players up front, goal scoring is still your issue, which is weird. But you have Lukaku, so that one random goal can come out of nowhere. So I think even if Tottenham were locking it down the way they did in the first couple matches of the season, I think you guys could still break through and get a goal. On the other hand, on the flip side of it, Chelsea, you've given up one goal. It was a penalty.
Set piece, yeah.
Mendy had 6 saves last week? 3 or 4 of them amazing.
Yeah.
Chilwell's not even fucking playing. You know, like you guys are so stout in the back, and that's very Tuchel.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a very fun match for all of us Arsenal fans to watch as Chelsea demolish them. Even if it's only a 1-0 win, it will be
huge.
It will be not a contest for most of it. I think Harry Kane will put up a fight, but look, last week against Crystal Palace, he had one shot.
He was almost non-existent, and he was non-existent in today's game too.
So, guys, what do you guys think about the Tottenham Chelsea match? Why do you think people should watch it? What do you have?
Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, man, if you hate Tottenham and you want to see them lose and lose terribly, this is going to be a great one to watch. I'm almost feeling sorry for Spurs because they've been hit with injuries so fast. It's just like to lose all that talent that quickly. I've read that they're gonna try and rush back Romero and Lo Celso. And it's not necessarily because of anything other than they just haven't had any time with the first team since before the international break, and they may be forced into action. I don't know what that does, especially with a new system under Nuno. But this is just, if you're a Spurs fan, look away because it's going to get ugly. It's going to be really, really fucking ugly. And I'll just go ahead and throw my number prediction out there. It's going to be 4-0. Chelsea is going to whoop the shit out of them. And it's just because it's going to be so easy with that back line. There's nothing for Chelsea or for Tottenham back there. Just nothing.
Well, I just want to start with that the fixture list since the beginning of the season is very unfair to Chelsea. I mean, we played Arsenal and Liverpool the first 4 games. Now we play Spurs and then Man City. Like,
wow.
This is the best time to play everybody. I'd rather play all of them in the beginning.
Exactly.
Anyway, there's a great games this week. You know, Leeds United, Newcastle, you got Man United and West Ham. But this game is the spiciest game of the weekend. You know, it's a London derby. It's going to be a great game. Chelsea are going to be full of confidence. They won 3-0 against Aston Villa. They won against Zenit 1-0. Zenit haven't lost in 17 games. They have been unbeaten in 6 months. People think that, Chelsea is going to win 4-0 against Zenit. But it was a very tough game. They grind the result. They win 1-0. And they are full of confidence. They only conceded, like Lolo said, 1 penalty so far. And in all my predictions since the beginning of Weekend Watchlist this season, I have all my predictions without Chelsea conceding a goal because I don't see nobody scoring against us. It was a penalty, you know. Yeah. So again,
it was a penalty, and then another 45 minutes with Mo Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota, and you didn't give up a goal. So why do you think Harry Kane and Bergwijn and
no Bergwijn
fucking whoever else is on that team. Why do you think they?
We are unbeaten against Spurs in 6 consecutive games. Nuno is gonna be thinking all day tomorrow and Saturday, because his defense is depleted. I mean, without Tanganga, which I don't think is a good player anyway, but without Dyer, Romero is gonna have a welcome to the Premier League moment for sure. Lukaku is gonna bully him all day. I see Chelsea winning that game 1-0, but Chelsea winning that game.
Okay, so down to my pick, the final pick of the night, the final prediction. Here we go. I would love, I think what would be best. Okay, so there's what I love and what would be best. What would be best
is a draw.
Would be a draw.
Yeah.
Would be like a 0-0, 1-1. I don't care.
Which I
0-0 draw.
Because we're playing at Spurs,
You would take a draw. Get the fuck out of here. A draw makes you lose the league at this point. Anyway, but what is going to happen, and get out your tape recorders, because I don't say this often, but I agree with Mark. 4-0 to the Chelsea scum.
Oh my God.
I think Lukaku gets a brace, and I think you're spot on. He's going to bully Romero. It's going to be the Pablo Mari, or Romero, whoever's back there is Sanchez. Not their starting center back.
Reguilón, Sanchez,
and whoever starts Romero. As the center back for Tottenham is not their starting center. Like, he's not their. So it's gonna be fun, and I don't think it all happens right away. I think it's a slow build and a breakdown, but they score early, forcing Tottenham to play forward, try and get another one. Kane is too far front. We all know Kane is way more effective when he drops in, holds the ball, cuts a pass, then comes up and taps one in. I think Timo Werner is going to come on in the 70th minute and get the 4th goal, by the way.
One can only hope.
Yeah. Mason Mount with a goal, Lukaku with a brace, and Werner with the tap in to end it. It's got to be a tap in. You can't make anything else. So, but guys, this has been super fun. I really enjoyed doing this live with you guys for one reason. I don't have to go and edit, but also we got to hear everybody else's predictions live. At least the 8 or 9 people who have been staying up late with us. Thank you, Naji, for staying up late. Mark turned into Harry Kane there. I like how all of those graphics are just over Mark. They all go right over Mark. Yeah, Bandy, listen, there, like I said, last week kind of sucked, and this week there are a lot of good matches. So he's saying, what about Brighton? What about Brighton, Leicester City? That's gonna be a fantastic match. I think that's gonna end 1-0 Leicester City, if anything, if not 0-0. But then there's also, what about Aston Villa, Everton? That should be a good one. Liverpool, Crystal Palace. That should be a good one. Man City, Southampton should be a good one. Norwich, Watford should actually be a good fun one. Wolves, Brentford is probably the most boring one, and that one could still be good. So I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting weekend of matches. What about Nottingham Forest against someone? I love you, Mr. Tom.
They just sacked Chris Hughton.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a lot of fun talking to you guys up late. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that join button, that subscribe button. Go to the website on thestupidlolo.com. Get you some cool Stoop stuff. And all right, guys, we will see you tomorrow night after the Leeds United match for happy hour, 7 p.m. Eastern, and whatever time that is in the UK. Midnight? I can't even remember these things. So, all right, guys. So from me, Mark, Naji, and James, and Director John, we love you, but adios, bitches.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.